Crystal ball music.
Oh baby, do I have to wait to infinity to kiss Chumiliki, oh my baby? Cause I feel like I'm falling lately. Cause I feel like I'm falling, baby. Do I have to wait to infinity to give you me, oh my baby? Mutimanga already, Mutimanga, my love, my love, my love, my love, my love. You give my love, my love, my love. Say Vivi, my lady, say Vivi, my, you give my love, my love, my love, my love, my love. You give my love.
What's good, traders? Welcome to another video, Top Trader Zambia, and today we're at UNZA for the meet and greet with other traders. So we'll get to meet other passionate traders in the industry here in Zambia. So come with me as we explore more.
But they can never take you. I be a chiller, only you want for my paper. Cause you get me locked in your chiller. Too many letters, yes in the mailer. If I not get the money, will you wait long? So tell me what you wait long. Oh baby, oh baby. Do I have to wait to infinity to this Chumiliki, oh my baby? Cause I feel like I'm falling lately. Cause I feel like I'm falling, baby. Do I have to wait to infinity to give you me, oh my baby? Mutimanga already did. Mutimanga, oh my love, my love, my love, my love, my love. You give my love, my love, my love. Say Vivi, my lady, say Vivi, my, you give my love, my love, my love, my love, my love. You give my love, my love, my love. Say Vivi, my lady, say Vivi, my, you give my love, my love, my love, my love, my love. You give my love, my love, my love. Say Vivi, my lady, say Vivi, my, you give my love.
How is your schedule? You know, am I complicated? Yeah, it's different. Yeah, because she was doing session. Mr. George,
I think one of the things, if I may, one of the issues on my part is like just not having a community. I mean, sometimes it's really beneficial when you have minds that you can rub off on your ideas, and then maybe there could be a time where you miss an opportunity, and then maybe someone can just say, hey guys, have you seen this? I think that's really the challenge that I've been facing.
Mr. Given, the things I think not the book, address. 75. Take 75 many times just to swipe away people's accounts. Came across trading late 2017. Then 2018, I was trying to find funds. The first thing indeed is capital. Now the question here at university is, how do you find capital? That's one of them. I made fun of people that asked me the same question by the time we were by government complex. I answered them, I say, find the sugar mommy. So, for you to find capital for Forex, you need first to believe that your skills are enough. Because you see, you can't talk about trying to find money if you know that you are not equipped with the right skill. Indeed, in Forex, anything can happen. But indeed, you need to have the strategies, the right strategies, to make sure that even if anything happens, you still stay in the game. So, many people rush for capital, but very few people rush to get to know what happens in case their first trade is a loss. See? So now into the wallet. You see? So that if ever something happens to the $30, there can be a remaining $20 that can give us a second chance. And who knows, in the second chance, you can be able to bring back that money. You get it? So now, many of us, By the time we look at Solomon Serge and we look, he's coming in this jug, we're like, I also want one. So as quickly as possible, and especially you at university, there's a lot of competition. So many girls are looking outside, the sugar daddies here and there. Like, I also want to come with my ride so that I chop some of these girls. You see, but at the end, patience is needed, and especially strategy is needed, because you can find capital, but if you do not know how to manage it, you lose it again, and you begin to look for capital again. You get the point, right? So the first thing that ought to happen is to know what to do when capital comes. And when capital comes, is it a $50? Is it a $40? You divide it either by 2, or you take 60%, maybe 60% to start with. And as I usually say, when it comes to growing a small account, you don't just risk at 5% of your capital. You can't. It's going full much. You need to go all in, yes. All in. Unless maybe by the time you reach at $200, $300, but I'll tell you something about trading. Planning is very easy than executing. You see, no, I'll do this, by the time the money hits like this, and it is not easy. We have all been in a situation saying, no, once I just lose this amount, I'm out. By the time it's in negative, you're like, no, it will reverse, That's all. It will go back. And before you know it, the entire account is blocked. But before that, you're like, no, it will reverse. You get the point. So that's one of the things. So now, you get money through your pocket money first. Bazaar. It might not be a lot, but it will make sense. That's the reason why you need to be ready. That's the reason why you need to be ready with the right information. Because if you don't have the right information, you will not have the confidence that bursary can reduce, can add something to the money. And that bursary can save you from the poverty or the financial difficulties that you're having. That's the first thing. The second thing is to make sure that you teach people at a fee. I have so many people here that teach people at a fee. As a matter of fact, I have so many people here that I know many people here that do, what is this? Assignments at a fee. Assignments at a fee. These are my last presentation papers. There are some people that do it for others at a fee. They write a good dissertation and they charge for it. So, if you're at least intelligent enough in a certain course, you can still be able to do that.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Wow. No, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Please, kindly see just get the details, and maybe she can give you one of the names.
I really appreciate that.
But if you have the skill, like the real skill, confidence can be the best. Especially in terms, if you have the skill and you want to prove the skill over a certain period, being the best possible. But if indeed you want the money as soon as possible, yes, and trade for personal account, prop firms, and personal account also. So there are big accounts, personal accounts, small account, personal accounts, and prop firms. Yeah.
Speaking on behalf of beginners.
How are you, by the way?
I'm alright.
Good to see you after a long
Same,
time.
sir.
Yeah.
I just recently got into Forex, and I would just like maybe a brief roadmap of what to follow.
Okay. By the way, this one has been a long mentee of mine. He saw me by the time I had nothing. You know, by the time I was being kept by my brother. Yeah, the time we really had nothing, but at least by God's grace we have reached here through Forex trading. So the roadmap, I think I might have tackled a little bit at the conference, but I believe I can also repeat it again. The roadmap is you need to make sure, okay, that you understand the both sides of Forex trading. We are having a generation of traders that really like the charts, but they don't look at things outside the charts, and because of that they mainly lose. See, so which means you need to know the technical side of it and the fundamental side of it. Okay, now many people like the technical side of it, but the fundamentals also have a big role. There are some fundamentals that move the market for a short period of time, and the other fundamentals that move the market for a very long period of time. Like for example, NFP can move the market maybe for a day maximum, but we have things like interest rate decision, GDP, all these things, they can move the market for weeks. You get the point? So it's also very important to know them before you get into the charts. So you know them before you get into the charts, and when you know them, it will be easier for you not to lose money. I think I gave that example where I entered a trade and I was in profits, and I didn't know that 15:30 there was news until 15:30 hit. Eish, my joy turned into sorrow. You get the point. So you start first with the fundamentals.
Okay.
Who was there at the government complex? Yeah. So what did I say as the first thing to check on fundamentals?
You check where the big bulls are putting the money.
How is it called?
It's sentiment or commitment.
Commitment of traders. So the first thing is commitment of traders. Were you there too?
Yeah.
And after commitment of traders, there's what?
Does it align with your technical analysis?
Yes. I talked about 3 fundamentals to check for. Commitment of traders.
Fundamental and technical.
Yeah, I talked that was on fundamentals. I talked about commitment of traders. I talked about sentiment, and I also talked about economic calendar. See? So now I'll ask all of us, what are the big economic calendars that move the market generally?
There's also PPI.
PPI. Yes, generally those ones, right? Yes.
So what would you advise? Is it okay to trade during the news, before the news, or after the news?
After the news.
After the news.
Okay, to depend first. I'll surely come to that. Let me just answer again. So, the fundamentals first. So you check the economic calendar, you check the sentiments, and you check the commitment of traders. Then on the technicals, you start with market structure. After market structure, you check supply and demand. After supply and demand, you check areas of liquidity. Yes. But now when it comes to liquidity, it's very broad. There is internal liquidity, external liquidity, and also there are so many strategies like order clusters, fractal clusters. All these other things, they need charts too for the explanation. But at least check out the market structure, check out the zones of supply and demand that some others call, how do they call this? Order blocks. Greetings, boss. You're welcome. Yeah, so there are these areas that they call order blocks. We have all heard about order blocks, right? Yes. And also, so you also have to know. So now, when it comes to news, you need to know something. You ask people to trade before doing it after, right? There are certain news that can be traded. There are certain news that can be traded after. But it has got more to do also with the strategy that it wants. So now, the people that are generally day traders are the types of people that would, or day traders and swing traders are the types of people that would want first to analyze the market as a whole, and after they have done that, they are waiting for the news to happen so that they know what would happen after the news, because the news can be an indicator of a trend after the news. Am I being simple at least, right? Yes. So the news can be an indicator of a trend that would happen after it happens. But now a scalper is the one that would want to trade like before the news, during the news, as you say. But now there's something that I put on my social media page of somebody that was trading the news. It went against him and it went in his direction. Generally, that's what happens with news like NFP. Manipulation. Yes, so it is happening. Generally, that's what happens. That's the reason why the people that trade news, you buy and you sell, and the ones goes in your favor. It doesn't. It doesn't usually work. It's not with all the news that it works. There are only specific news, the news that have less manipulation. Like for example, interest rates decision, the one that happens at 20 hours. Those are the news that have specific and direct directions. Yeah. But my CPI, my PPI, these ones can be manipulated many times. So, NFP, CPI, PPI, sometimes GDP also can be manipulated. But now, if they can be manipulated, what do? Two options. Number one, you find a less, maybe I say a minor currency pair, not a major one. Because when you check things very well, you realize that the ones that are mostly manipulated are gold, Euro USD, they're well known. But the ones that are less manipulated, we can talk about maybe USD cards. We can talk about other ones that are maybe USD ZA or maybe USD JPY. They are generally less manipulated. But GBP USD, gold, and these others, most of the times they are manipulated. So the first thing that you need to do, find that one. But the second thing that you also need to do is to decide not to trade. And the reason why maybe I, and maybe sometimes my friend Bliss, we try to trade the news better is because we don't just rely on what economic calendars give to us. You get the point? Generally, when they say, oh, forecast is going to be more, that's when it's opposite. So if you just rely on investing.com, rely on Forex Factory, who has ever used investing.com here? Yes. If you only rely on that, they can lie to you. So what we do when it comes to trading the news is making sure that the fundamentals do align with the technicals. And generally what happens is that the market tends to go to the area of liquidity, because liquidity is what moves the market. If there is no liquidity, there is no market. So now through the analysis that you do, the technicals, you see, okay, from this time, where is it likely going to go? And you mix it with what has been told as an economic calendar. So generally that's how you do it. But if you realize that you can't do it, just don't trade and wait for it to happen. And if there is ever a manipulation, you can track the manipulation. Because sometimes we feel like in a pressure to trade, especially when you said it, everyone needs to be. But sometimes you can't get excuse me, a clear direction. Just decide not to trade and wait for the markets to continue. So as for you, let me say you trade, right? You trade?
Yeah.
What do you usually trade?
I trade volatile indices.
Indices, right? like
volatiles and boom sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
So out of all of them, which one is the easiest for you?
Volatilities.
Yeah, which one? Like boom, VIX 75, VIX 100?
Maybe 25 and 75.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all. And you say which one, what do you usually trade?
I earlier said that currency pairs like USD JPY and sometimes V75.
Okay. And so far, how has been your trading experience?
Well, I had started with a demo account, went to real account, then went offline due to academic issues, and then but I think in a demo account that was the day before yesterday, and even early in the morning, there was something I was looking at in the USD JPY. I think it's even still happening now. There's a head and shoulder pattern that I was following, and out of that, I had started wasting my demo account. I lost a good 10,000, and then I was able to gain it back, and now the demo account is about 10 to 12,000 up.
Really?
Yeah, through that same head and shoulder pattern. And look at like the way it's looking like it's continuing as a downtrend. So I think it's relative.
I see. So do you usually trade a personal account or a prop firm?
Personal account.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever even delved deeper into prop firms. I've lied.
Once I become profit, I don't want to be donating money.
Yeah.
Bye. Those profits. At least
You see,
you'll be sure that
that's true.
you'll kill it.
You see, one thing that is there is Forex can indeed make you a living. You know, by God's grace, you can be able to make a living through Forex trading, and it can be able to fund all the plans that you are having. I know a certain guy who knows cash flows Sabulani from South Africa. You know, the man had passion for mechanics, but he was a Forex trader. When he just got into profitability, he retired from Forex. Yeah, and he used the money that he made in Forex to fund his, you know, his hardware, because now he's having hardware, he's having cars and all that. So it all depends with what you have as a plan. You get the point. But now, Forex can be able to fund that lifestyle. And this is where we need to go for. We shouldn't just be trading for the sake of trading. We need to be trading because we want to be financially stable. And it is very much possible. If we only trade because we just want to finish an issue here and there, then we have lost it. We need to trade so that we can become financially stable. We can be done with school. Whether work comes or not, you can be capable of keeping yourself. And even when work comes, you can be a highest bidder, because you tell yourself like, this one I don't want, this one I can't, because I'm already making it through the chart. It's like my friend Bliss. What my friend Bliss did, he would wake up on a 5K, 1,000. Yeah. Number 3 also. I think if you have knowledge about forex trading, you can also teach your partners. It is not easy, especially when you are starting, because you're asking this forex of yours, so they help you face. I remember when I started teaching people and I didn't have results. Many people were running around from okay, I'll take you for free. You don't want to. You first do your shows, success, yes. But right now, I can guarantee every day you receive messages from people that want to do. Why? Because they've seen the results. You get the point? So, what you can do is be passionate about it. How do people come to you? Whenever you make profits, consistent profit, sure that you just post something like that. You never know. There is something that I've come to realize that no matter how many big people are there in the financial market, there are people that will just come specifically to you. They say, yes, we know there is Solomon Serge, yes, we know there is this one, there is Nas, but here I want to teach you. There are people like that. I will take an example of churches. You have big churches in Lusaka like Bread of Life and all that. But some people decide not to go to Bread of Life, even if it's the biggest. They go to a church maybe where they need 50 people. You see, why? Because they know this is my place, this is my area. And that's the same thing also with you. There might be Solomon Serge, there might be another person. If you are enthusiastic about trading, some people just come to you and say, you know what, George, you are the one who needs to teach me. And they say, okay, just give me 150. And they teach you, and then you teach them. And with that 150, you don't just chew it, you take it in the trading. And you start pushing it. Because I won't just tell you, no, wait for pocket money. Money also comes through that way. But now, it comes when you're having the passion for this thing. Now the question is, do you have enough passion? Are you ready to be laughed at for the time being? You think when you said this thing, everyone was like, yeah, go ahead. Some people are like, find the real job, Mwana. Find the real job. They're like, you've got papers, going to Zikas. Start applying, huh? Those things you do them after you've gotten a job. So that's chan. And before you know it, you begin to ask yourself, am I supposed to do this thing? But we are there to show you that it works. If it was not working, we would have told you that this thing they look at you, they're like, what are you going to give them? See? But at the end, humility is key. So that's the best thing that you can do. Make sure that you work hard, and let's make sure that we rise together. That I can say. Is there any more questions before? Yes.
Where you point out the direction where we can get the information.
The court report. Can I have the phone that has got bundles? Can't see Google Chrome. The school internet is refusing. The Commodity Futures and Trading Commissions. That's the first place where you find CFTC. CFTC, yeah. In fact, I even screenshot it. Yeah, CFTC. Also on the, how do you get back? There's also this app, barcharts.com. This is the one that ICT likes using, like the website ICT likes using. Who is this? Mike? Mike, who knows ICT? Mike is Mike, right? Yeah. The one he likes using. So CFTC as well as barcharts.com. That's where you get to find this. So what happens there is the big boys have a legal obligation to always tell the government where they are putting their positions. So you see, the reason why they have to say that is they don't just enter like the way we do. We feel like entering, we enter. They move markets in billions and trillions. And for those volumes to be transacted, there's a lot of approval that is needed. So imagine you need to move, let's say for example, 20 billion USD. You don't just wake up like this, I want to buy 20 billion worth of this thing. There's a lot of bureaucracy. So now whatever happens, they report to the government. Is it, it might be between every Monday or every Friday. Yes. And when they report, the government now brings it on the website 2 days later or 2 to 3 days later. And now when they do that, there are billions and trillions. Now they tell you like, we have bought euro. And sometimes they tell you, this is how much we have bought. And this is how much that is the change from last month to this month. If we have reduced some, or if we have added some. Like for example, there has been a lot of buying of US 30 last week and this week. That's the reason why in US 30 I've been buying, like all my buy setups are hitting. By the time I tend to just go a little bit on a sell, I'm losing. But the buys ones are just hitting the point. And I've made more money than I've lost. Same, when you talk about US 30, it influences when you see US 30, you see US 100, which is NAS 100, you see S&P 500, and you see German 40, and you see UK 100. They almost move the same, unless in few occasions. So sometimes you see US 30, in fact I'm giving you some tips, because these days you see now I've traded German 30, I'm just, you see US 30 going sharply in one direction, NAS 100 going sharp in one direction, and you see on German 40 no direction has been made. It is almost easy for you to know that, oh, it's also going to follow. Like at 70% of the time it happens. You get the point? So it seems as if there's a sharp move on US 30 or US 100, German 40 is also likely going to follow in that direction. If it hasn't followed by the time there was a move. But how did I get to know that, okay, this is the moment where things are happening? It's through the commitment of traders. So when I see the commitment of traders, because interpretation is also very important. You can see it, but you don't know how to interpret it. So when you see the commitment of traders, you know that the big boys are buying. It will be foolish for me to sell. Unless, of course, if they just take a scalping opportunity that I can take advantage of. So that's what happens. And at least it allows me to know the buyers. Why I know that I'm not taking any selling opportunities, I'm only taking a buying opportunity. So I think that's pretty much that. Any more questions before we do the needful? Yes.
On the issue of not jumping from one strategy to another. So take for instance, you choose one strategy, and it fails. Go in, fail, go in, fail. So what are the things you have to consider before switching to another strategy?
Okay. Look at the owner that gave you that strategy. Did he succeed with it? If indeed he did succeed with it, which means there is a high chance it might be working. But not skipping from one strategy to another does not mean stop learning. You see? If, for example, I have a strategy and it has proven consistency, and you learn it, you should not be quick to jump if you have not first stayed enough. You get the point? Because I will tell you something for a fact. There are some people that have made hundreds of thousands just with trend line. There are others that have made hundreds of thousands, I will tell you, just with simple moving average. But now, what style can work for a person might not work for another. Now what we do to get a better strategy is we allow you to have a higher rate of success. Some strategies can give you 60% probability of success. Others can give you 80%. You get the point? And the person would want to go for the 80%, but does not mean he needs to erase whatever he learned. So first get to see the person that is giving you that strategy. Was he successful with that strategy? If he wasn't, then it's better you change. But if he was, then make sure that you stick a little bit longer before you can learn from another person. Because some people, you know, mentors are very cunning. I will tell you this for a fact. Not every mentor always makes money through trading. Others are just influencers. It is not, of course, a bad thing, but if indeed you fool people into succeeding through influencing, whilst you are not a trader, it's becoming a problem. So some people will be selling a course, but the real money that they are making is them being influencers. Now, how do you know that this one is a trader and this one is an influencer? How long does it take on the charts? And when you listen to him dissecting the charts, does he have sense? Because others will just say, oh, I made this, I made that. But does he have data on the charts? And if he has, then indeed he's a trader. I think you are going to realize by the time you become successful in Forex, as soon as you start posting, whether you like it or not, people will still tell you that teach us. And before you know it, you'll become a man. This start with 2 people, 3 people. Hey. Yeah. And it's a community there before you know it, you're my member. So that's the way it is. So you don't have to speak, but look at the person. Has he succeeded? And is he a trader or an influencer? If he's more of an influencer than a trader, then you know.
No risk, no Ferrari. $10 to 1.5 million, guys. Follow me. You can either stay the same or kill poverty, guys. Kill poverty.
You see, so many things like this happen. There was another hand that was raised.
Since you're profitable forex trading, have you tried trading cryptocurrencies and crypto exchanges?
Like
If you have, yes, on Binance, Robinhood, Bybit, and others. And if you have, how is the experience? Is your experience in forex the same with crypto?
Okay. I have done crypto in 2 ways. Number 1, buying and holding. You buy, like let's say for example Bitcoin, and you hold. Number 2, I've traded it using technical analysis. But the buying and holding is what I do on crypto platforms like Binance. But when it comes to trading it, I enjoy trading it on MetaTrader, because MetaTrader has got more tools for me. Maybe MetaTrader or TradingView, they've got a little bit more tools that I'm more okay with. But generally these other ones, you know, it's just about buying and selling. They've got tools, but when they are not user friendly, you might not get it. See, so I do trade sometimes crypto, especially BTC, through MetaTrader, and not really through the crypto exchanges. Many people have told me about whatever is happening on the other side, but so far, because things are working for me, I feel like it's not yet time for me to jump. Because sometimes when you have got a lot of things, you won't know where to touch. But indeed, it is important to try once in a while. I have not yet, but maybe I will. But when it comes to trading crypto, I do it, but on MetaTrader. Yeah. It's one thing that I usually do. So guys, surely as a word that I'm going to give you before we can get our details and everything, make sure that you understand that this thing can make you a living. Don't just trade with the image of, no, I need to sort out bills. Trade with the image of telling yourself, like, this thing can take care of my life. I can decide to do my masters. I can decide to build my business. I can decide to build my dream house through forex trading. And when you see forex trading that way, you put in the effort that is required. You get the point, right? Yeah. So that's pretty much that. So what we'll do is, surely we already have them made some t-shirts and some caps that we are going to share. Of course, we need some of your details, and I hope that we all have brokers. What are the brokers that you trade with?
XNS and XM.
XM for mobile money and quick withdrawal.
And TD markets.
So also there's this other broker that approached me, which is HFM, because I've been with XNS, but HFM approached me and they said they are having good bonuses that they can give to people that are starting with a small account. Of course, it will happen only for me, for those people that will be under my link. So which means I'm also going to make sure that I give you that link so that you can have bonuses on small account. Not just bonuses that when it reaches halfway, they take a no, like real bonuses. So just wait for me for a moment. I talk to my people, then we are going to distribute the merchandise, the t-shirts, and maybe the capes, then we are going to do the needful. Okay? Only wait for me for a while. But feel free to interact.
Alright, what's up traders? So right now we're just having some random interviews. So hi, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright. What's your name?
Jay.
Jay.
Yeah.
So how did you know about this event?
I saw it on Facebook. I follow Mr. Serge, and then when I saw that he's coming to UNZA, I was like, hey, why not? Then here I am.
Alright. So you're a student here?
Yeah.
So how is the environment here? How is school going?
Well, it's going great. I can't complain. I mean, competitive, challenging, but hey, we're managing.
So you trade Forex as well?
Yeah.
And how long have you been trading?
Well, it has been an up and down situation, on and off. So I'd say I've known about it for about 3 years.
Okay.
Actively, I'd say about a year or so.
And how is it going for you?
It's relative, really. It's relative. I mean, you have some good days, you have some bad days, you blow accounts, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So for this meet and greet, what have you learned so far?
Full margin. Full margin. Well, the conversation or the chat has been very insightful. I mean, we learned a few things on how that it's not really about the capital, it's about the knowledge that you have. I mean, if they give you a huge amount of capital, you'll still blow it if you don't have the knowledge and the skill. So what I would say is it hinges on knowledge. And if you have the knowledge, I mean, the account will grow.
So is it worth it coming here?
Too much, absolutely. I mean, if you've missed it, hey, touche for you, but I really say that it has been really impactful and beneficial. I'm looking forward to such events in the future. If he continues coming, we'll continue to be there. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
How
is
some of us who are under scholarships here using some new allowances, Forex trading with it because you have a business, so you have to invest in something. Yeah. Then the second by maybe saving something. Some of us, yeah, I can say some of us, yeah, some of us are doing when it comes to academics. Not so much, you can sell some brownies, there's some from the other thing you mentioned is about balance now, yes, that is Forex trading. You have to treat Forex trading so as a business you have to give some time, you have to give some time to make sure that you then receive. Yeah, for some stuff people can do. Alright. Just a quick question. So what mindset is a beginner trader supposed to take in order to be someone like you?
First of all, I want to thank you, Mr. Maya, for inviting me on the platform. It is indeed an amazing thing. Yes. So when it comes to the mindset, one person is to know that in trading there is risk. Okay. And when there is risk, a person needs to accept that, because it is one thing to know that there is risk, and it is another thing to accept that. And how do you know that you accept that? It's by taking that risk. But now when it comes to the risk, the person needs to take the risk. So the first thing to do is to understand that in trading there is risk. And when you put that into your mind, your mindset goes to the next level. Number two, you need to know that profitability has got more to do with making more money than losses. If a person comes in the Forex market and says there are no losses, that person is lying. Profitability means making more profits than losses. We are profitable because we make more profits than losses. You see? So we might have 70-80% success and 20% failure. But also after that comes risk management, because you can lose once and win 9 times, and yet out of those 10 times that you've won, that one loss can take away everything. But what causes that not to happen is risk management. So That's the type of mindset the person has to have.
And since you've been in the industry for long enough, 8 years now?
Yes.
8 years. So like how do you see the trading industry from the time you started and where it's heading to like in the next 5-10 years?
Well, it's been a wave of so many types of informations, so many types of movements. Like for example, when we started, the wave that was there was a wave of fundamental trading. Everyone was trading the news. We had the moments of media coach and all these other traders that would trade the news. And afterwards, people went to technicals. After the technicals, then came the wave of robots. After the wave of robots, we are now going to the wave of smart money concepts. So the wave is changing, but the behavior is remaining the same. We are having more traders that are losing and traders that are winning. So the next 5 years, indeed, we are going to have more forex traders because so many people are not finding a sustainable trade, and they want to make a side income. And forex trading can be there. God can use forex trading to take care of you financially. Okay, so in the next 5 years, especially in Zambia, it is going to be a movement that nobody can have a good story.
So what's your way for that one beginner trader or that trader who has been taking losses and is trying to give up?
Okay. Look at the people that succeed and ask yourself, what is different about them? You see, generally we look at people that succeed and we think that they have a special gift. What is they don't have a special gift? They don't have 2 heads, they don't have 4 hands, they don't have a tail, but they only have knowledge and a good mindset. So if you look at them, you need to tell yourself, if they were capable of doing it, I too can be capable of doing it. And if indeed you look at that and you encourage yourself like that, it is going to go right. I've had my moments where I almost gave up on forex trading. I told myself, this thing is maybe for others. It's for others, people with special gifts. But some of us, it can't work. But a mentor of mine told me, if it didn't work yesterday, it can work tomorrow. Because I was at the verge of looking for a job, I'm done with this thing. And I looked at the people, after he told me that I was encouraged, I look at the people that succeed, I say they don't have 2 heads, they don't have a tail. And indeed, because of that, I succeeded after a certain period of time. Yes.
So for you to start trading, do you need any qualification or do you need to go for a certain school?
I don't think so.
So anyone can trade?
Anyone can trade. Anyone can trade. Just like the way anyone can drive. But it has got more to do with the information. That type of information, you don't need to go to the university to get access to it. Unless maybe there are requirements for you to trade for banks and all that, they have a lot of demands. But trading as a retailer, there is no big requirement. Anybody can trade. But the problem is the passion. Do you have the passion to trade? Do you have the passion to keep pushing even when things are hard? That's what people ought to. Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. It's like once to take a picture.
All right, hi, how are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm here with
Better. Yes.
So how do you feel that you're the only female trader here?
I feel so special because knowledge is power, and I'm glad that I'm part of the knowledge. Yes.
So, but why did you decide to come here?
I decided to come here because Solomon Serge has been my inspiration way back from the time I registered with him and the beginners classes and all that. I saw potential with him.
So was it worth coming?
Yes, it was, because of I've learned some things that is explained his life, how he began with forex and where he is now. It's quite an inspiration, and it's happening and it can change one's life.
So yes. Like what have you learned?
Sorry?
Anything that you've learned?
Anything that I've learned from today is focus. Need to focus, manage your capital, limits, and some of the things that you have to be disciplined as a trader. Yes.
So what's your way to the female traders that didn't come, because you're the only one here? What would you like to encourage them?
Okay, I would encourage them to take a step in it, to look into it, because not all we have the good backgrounds, you know. But forex trading can change one's life, especially as females who are going through challenges. I know it cannot be on the starting on the top there, but you can start even small as you're starting low income and do that. You never know what God has prepared for you. One day you become a trader, because it's even written in the Bible that you try other forex, invest in other forex trading, and you never know, one day you can be profitable. Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Oh no, no, no. Oh my, yeah. Oh na 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 na. Oh na na na. Ushevishe vimbini ngafaya ngateimwe. Yesu ngateimwe. Ine ngateimwe. Ushevishe vimbini ngafaya ngateimwe. Yesu ngateimwe. Dadi ine ngateimwe. Chai mawela mambele shukona le kabila. Satana mwanyanza. Mambika bashamba so ine. Mawela mambele shumana le kabila. Nenchitoni nkwaza. Mambika bashamba. Ushevishi vimbini ngafaya ngateimwe. Yesu ngateimwe. Dadi ngateinawe. Chai mawela mandile nkondo na filire. Ida ichalo chantaluka. Elo mwaisa mwampalamika. Ati kama iza kupeza. Jera I'm sorry. Nina soja zina Yesu ine. Ushevishe vimbini ngafaya ngateimwe.
Can you tell us how you found the experience here?
It's good.
I've learned a lot. Are you able to share at least one thing that you've learned? Alright, thank you very much. Hey, how are you?
Good. What's up, everybody? My name is Omano from media personnel from Excellence Trading. How are you doing? How is the Forex journey going there? Yeah, what's up?
Yes, so what have you learned at this interaction?
I've learned a lot.
Okay.
I've learned a lot of things in terms of trading. Actually, Mr. Serge is a very good Forex trader, and he's very knowledgeable of trading. And one thing I like about him is he just doesn't mentor you in Forex wise, he even mentor you even just life in general, even like as a Christian and all that. Yeah, I think that's what we need.
Yeah, so what's one word of encouragement for someone who didn't come for this meeting?
Okay, so for someone who didn't come for this meeting, you've really missed a lot. So make sure the next time we have such an arrangement, make sure you come through. And the other thing I would say is those that are aspiring to be Forex traders, guys, Forex is not easy. Forex is not easy. It's a difficult journey. So as you come in, just know that it's going to almost kill you before you make it. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. All right, hi, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
All right, and you?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you? Right.
I'm here with
Emmanuel.
Frederick. So you guys are traders?
Yes.
So how is the trading journey going?
There have been some ups and downs, but we're still learning. Yeah.
You're in your beginner stage?
Not really beginner. I would say intermediate. Yeah.
I can say it's great. Okay. Although sometimes it's just that we eat the profits we make, so we run low on capital.
Okay. So what's one word encouragement of someone who missed out today?
They should try trading if they haven't already. If they hear it from people, just get into it. Don't be greedy. That's one key word I can say. Don't be greedy.
Okay. And would you encourage someone who is not trading to start trading today?
Yeah, I think trading is something that is going to be very big for people like everyone. Yeah, it's going to be massive. So we think people should join trading.
All right, thank you very much. How are you?
All right, how are you?
All right, I'm here with
Alex Osborne.
Alex. Okay, so how did you find the interaction here?
I found it very entertaining, and I've learned a lot. Actually took note of certain things I'm supposed to research on. As a beginner, I feel mostly inspired and welcomed by my friends.
Okay. So are you able to tell us one thing you've learned here that your friends have missed?
Yes, he's given me steps. He said I should first check on the segments. I should check on the commitment of traders. So that's like information that would affect beginners, because I was lost on where to start from. At least now I have a starting point. He's like made a roadmap for me.
Since you have been encouraged, what's one encouragement that you're going to encourage that beginner who didn't come here?
I would say they should always find time to come through for such things. Yeah, because you would learn. You never know what you would learn, and you never know the people that you would find. And the fact that we'll be put in one group, it means we can also make subgroups with people that we'll interact with.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Bazangana likosa ngechumbu cha mishila